Out of all the fragrances in my collection, surprisingly, the one that has gotten the most compliments by women so far is this one right here. It's by Prada, and it's called Prada Luna Rossa, and it's a really solid fragrance, and I'm going to talk about it here. So this is a fresh kind of sporty fragrance, but it's a very simple fragrance. It's a very classy fragrance though, and the women love it. As I said, only women have complimented me on this, and this fragrance came out in 2012. It's by Prada, obviously really good Italian designer. This has an interesting backstory. So this was made after the sailboat that the Italian national team did sailboat racing in, called Luna Rossa, which means red moon in Italian. I speak Italian, so that's why I know that. And if you look at pictures of it, you'll see that the bottle design is inspired by that. And so pretty much Prada and Pirelli, this Italian tire company, they collaborate, and they're the people who work together to manufacture the sailboat, and they still are the people who manufacture the sailboat for the Italian national team. But either way, that's what this fragrance was inspired by and made after. And as I said, it's a very known fresh fragrance. I'm going to spray it real quick. Atomizer is really good. And yeah, it smells great. It's a very simple fragrance. Like if you even look at the notes breakdown, which we will eventually, it's super basic. Like there's only like 6 notes in the whole fragrance. There's not many fragrances where there's that few notes, but it works so well and it's so effective. So you kind of have that soapiness that comes from a lavender, but the thing that this fragrance revolves around is mint. I'm also just going to show you the box real quick. But yeah, it revolves around mint, which gives it a little bit of a sweetness, which is what I think kind of helps draw women in. And also there's a sage kind of note, which gives it a fresh kind of spiciness, just to spice it up a little bit. And yeah, now the one thing that really surprised me about this fragrance is how well it performs. I was outside with this fragrance on like for 8 hours yesterday, and I could still smell it afterwards. So I was filming a music video outside at like this nature reserve, and we were shooting for like 6 or 7 hours, and the breeze was there too. It was pretty windy, which usually will kind of blow your fragrance off your skin quicker, but I was surprised that I could still smell it on my skin. It was insane. I was pretty shocked. So very good performance. Now, one thing is this fragrance is decently expensive. The cheapest you're probably going to find this is around $80 at discounters, but pretty much retails for like $100. But either way, you're just not going to find this at a really big discount. But I think it can be worth it. Like, in one aspect, it's such a simple fragrance. Do I really want to spend this much on a simple fragrance like this? But it's also the fact that it's quality and effective and it works, and it's just a great one to have in your collection, especially for spring and summer. This is perfect for a spring day that's kind of breezy and it's like kind of cool, but again, the sun is out and you're feeling great. It gives great vibes. What I think of when I smell this is like a guy in like a brand new sports car. It kind of has a new car smell in a way. Kind of gives that kind of a chord. So that's why it makes me think of that, and I think that's a really cool vibe to have. And also, I feel like, if you're going to like a outdoors wedding, for example, and a cool spring day, this is a beautiful fragrance to have. Super classy. Okay, as I said, classy is a great word to describe it. So let's just go on and see the notes here. All right, so as I said, the notes are very simple. The top notes are lavender and bitter orange. The middle notes are mint and clary sage, and the base notes are ambrette, musk, mallow, and ambroxan. Yeah, super simple, but again, effective. The women love this one. I love this one. I love wearing it. I don't wear it too often because it's such a basic fragrance, but it's so good. So I really just have to, let you guys know about this one if you don't really know much about it. And one last thing, there's a lot of flankers with this one, and there's some good ones from what I hear. Now, the only flanker I've gotten my nose on is the newest one, which is Luna Rossa Ocean. That one I really dislike, and that's because it like it's an overpowering incense, and I hate it when fragrances are overly incensey, because it smells less like a fragrance and more like a house of some random hippie, you know. And I don't really like that in my fragrances, but I can see why maybe a lot of people like it, because a lot of people do really like that one. I just personally very heavily dislike it. Prada Luna Rossa Sport is usually the most hated one. People just don't like that scent. Apparently it's not really a good quality scent. And then Luna Rossa Black and Luna Rossa Carbon, I've heard really good things about. I'm really interested in trying those. From what I hear, they're pretty much like they're better for like a date night scenario. They might be more sweet, something like that. I don't know. I've got to get my nose on those. I'm interested in doing that. But either way, original Prada Luna Rossa does the job very, very well. You cannot go wrong. I think it's just a good fragrance to have in your collection for those spring days, man. It's just the perfect fragrance to have. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.